There were 8. The road to the NESCAC title requires perfection from here on out. There are no second chances. There are no do-overs. There are 8 teams, 3 rounds, sudden death until there is one NESCAC champion. The NESCAC quarterfinals live on Bellafield right here, right now. It is Tufts and it is Trinity, the second-ranked Tufts Jumbos and the 19th-ranked Trinity Bantams. I'm Riley Daniel. Alongside me is Catherine Burns. It's the 3 seed. It's the 6 seed. The conventional, most competitive matchup right here on Bello. Catherine, we've seen this matchup before this year, and it was an entertaining one. What do we think about this one going into today?
I think we were talking about this before the game. It's going to be a high-scoring game for sure. I think for the Jumbos, you got to watch the top 3, Margie Carden, Ella Lesbrons, and Allie Zorn. They are on a roll this season, 4 goals. And for the Trinity side, Molly McGuckin, she has 44 goals in the season right now. Her competition for her own team is Brooke Kurtz, who only has 13 goals. So she is one to watch, and I wonder how Tufts defense is going to adjust to such a strong attacker coming at them.
I mean, I think I have a solution. And looking at the statistics, you look at Molly McGuckin's goals, and 20 of those 44 have come off free positions. So one thing the Jumbos need to do is be disciplined. You keep her away from the 8-meter mark, you're going to have a much better chance of slowing her down.
Absolutely, Riley.
This was a game when these two teams played in the regular season that started off really competitive. It was a 3-3 game with about 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and then Trinity stopped scoring for the next 30 or so minutes, and by the time they woke back up, the game was over. They cannot afford to do that today. If they let the Jumbos get going the way they did in March, this game will be over before Trinity has a chance to sneeze.
Absolutely, Riley. And I think they know that coming in. I'm sure they have watched film from the game and understood how they played. I think it's really interesting that both teams have played once in the season before. We don't see that a lot in the NESCAC, a team playing a team twice in one season until it comes to playoff time. And so teams can adjust. They know what to look out for. They know strengths. And both teams have to adjust to the other team knowing their strategies and knowing who to watch out for and what plays they will run.
Yeah, I think if you're Trinity, I think the game plan going into this one has to be you want to keep it close as long as possible. You get this one into a lower scoring game, you have a much better chance. The Jumbos are the highest scoring offense, highest rated offense according to all the advanced metrics in all of D3 Lacrosse. You want to keep this a low scoring game if you want to stay in it. And if you're the Jumbos, you want to go fast, you want to make Trinity play in transition, and you want to have faith in your attackers 1v1.
Yeah, I think there is the major difference of the top 3 attackers versus the only one top scorer for Trinity. That will be interesting to watch how each team can mark 3 players or 1 player.
Yeah, I mean, the first time we saw these two teams, Fernanda Pole, the All-American, did not draw the assignment of dealing with Molly McGuckin. I'm interested to see if Courtney Shute switches that up today. We'll tell you all about that and get you ready for the opening draw, but right now we're going to turn it over to the PA for the national anthem. Stay tuned. welcome back here to Medford, Massachusetts. As we get set for the opening draw, Catherine, it's time to talk about your favorite key to the game. That is draw controls, and that's an area where these two teams diverge massively. Jumbo's averaging 18.5 draw controls per game. Trinity only 12. So that's a gap of almost 6.5 draw controls per game. That's something Trinity's going to have to significantly minimize if they want to stay in this game.
Absolutely. And I remember when they met up earlier in the spring, Trinity rotated out a few of their players for the draw who haven't seen the draw very often. And Tufts, I believe, switched out more than they usually do. But as the season has come on, I believe they will stick to the same draw taker.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if I see anyone other than Jenna Gibbons or Elsa Schutt in the draw circle for the Jumbos today. Trinity, they're going to throw everything at the wall. One thing they also could throw at the wall is a goaltender change. They did it in the first time. Olivia Aguirre came in for Allie McDougall in that third quarter and had some nice saves, kind of stemmed the bleeding. So it'll be interesting to see if Trinity gets shelled a little bit defensively in the beginning of this game, how quick of a trigger Katie Szymanski will have on her goaltender. Jumbos with their usual starting lineup. It'll be, I believe, Jenna Gibbons right out to take this draw. It will.
Looks like it.
And we are on a record watch from the get-go today. Margie Cardin, 4 goals from tying the all-time program record for goals in a career, 5 from standing alone. And for those of you at home who say you can't score 5 lacrosse goals in a game, well, that might be true about most people. That's not true about Margie Cardin.
Absolutely not, Riley. I'm excited to see if she hits that today here on Bello.
Raucous crowd, raucous benches. Everyone is raring to go. The NESCAC tournament live on JumboCast. It'll be Jenna Gibbons and Rebecca Strauch on the opening draw. Gibbons spins that one back and will get it on the second bounce. Whistle came and a hold called on Trinity. It'll be a draw control for the Jumbos, and they're going to look to go. Delaney, 5-on-4, Zorn. Down low, feed, jump shot, score. That took 19 seconds.
That's what the Jumbos can do. That's what we've seen them do time and time again on this field. They got the draw, and they just ran with it. They knew where each player was. They just didn't even have to think. They just knew where to pass it and finally ended in a goal.
Yeah, no one took more than, I think, 2 steps with the ball in their stick. Just a cradle, a step to pick the head up, and the next pass until it found Ella Esperance's stick on the crease. That is goal number 36 on the season for L'Esperance, which gives her now 125 career points. Same 2 right back out there. And being fought for on the near side. Delaney's going to grab it. In some trouble. Gets it ahead to Gibbons. Right to Joyce. Around 2. And the Jumbos will set up in the offensive set with L'Esperance on the X. Here is Margie Cardin now. Trinity in a woman-to-woman D. Play called out from the bench. Cardin at the near side. Now Conahan. Gonna back up. Joyce draws 2. Cardin drives to the GLE. Skips it across Zorn. Up top, Joyce. Around 1, through 2. Gets it taken from her with a nice stick check.
Good defense there.
Caroline Bowman with a nice stick check. As Trinity started out in the woman-to-woman, collapsed into the zone and did a good job preventing any sort of penetration from Emma Joyce. Successful clear for the Bantams. And they'll get settled with Alex Lesko. And I believe an offside might be called. Green card being shown on who? Question is, who is offsides?
Is number 19, June Trodden.
I think the referee is going to... It's going to be on Trinity. They're calling it on June Trodden. Now the referees are going to discuss this.
Seems like they are not sure.
And June Trodden's being told by the referee that she is sure. And Trinity is going to go woman down. And we're having all sorts of officiating problems here. As now June Trodden being told to come back on the field. And I don't know how there was no offsides and the Jumbos are getting the ball.
Everyone seems confused here.
Yeah, confusion, the name of the game, but nonetheless, the Jumbos are going the other way. Delaney skates around 3. Dean. Carden in some space. L'Esperance on the X. Tries to go around through 2 and lost it. Once again, that'll be collected by Caitlin Berman. Ahead here to Sam Hark. L'Esperance charging hard for a trail check, knocked it free, but they couldn't be collected, and Molly McGuckin will corral it. Up top to Lampert. Now Grace Denuis. She had a hat trick in the first meeting between these two teams. McGuckin against Summers. Tries to drive left, goes down, free position coming. A push called on Fernanda Pole. And we talked about discipline. One thing the Jumbos couldn't afford to do was give Molly McGuckin free positions. She's 20 for 31 on the year. Cuts across. Down low, save. Ball on the turf. And it's picked up by Nicola Donlin. Ahead to Fernanda Pole, who has acres of space ahead of her. Little stop and go. And she'll solo clear it. Ahead to Dean. And Zorn will set up the offense. With a jog to give it to Margie Carden. Jumbo's going to run a pick play from the back. Zorn inside dodge. Back to L'Esperance. Carden, 2 on her immediately. Still L'Esperance. Carden, little stop and go. Inside, Zorn. Draws 2 immediately. Third comes, ball on the turf. It'll be scooped up there by Delaney. Timeout, Courtney Shute, and a good one. Trinity bench loving it.
Absolutely. They are playing phenomenal defense in the first 4 minutes.
And it looks nothing like the defense we saw the first time these two teams played. This is so much more aggressive. They are not letting the Jumbos get into their settled set whatsoever. It's every time an attack woman turns her back, a second woman is sliding over to try and get that trail check.
And they have for at least three of the possessions.
And I think we got to point out the junior midi from West Caldwell, New Jersey, Caitlin Berman, who has already 2 caused turnovers, 2 ground balls in the day.
Yeah. She seems to be a major key player on the defense here. Always reading the play very well, which is not something all players of the NESCAC can do.
And I think if you're the Jumbos right now, with 24 on the shot clock, I think you probably need to tell your attack woman, you guys are the best trio in the NESCAC. Play like it, because right now, they seem a little bit gun-shy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's just the 3 of them, though. I would add in everybody on attack. I think everybody is acting shy, and because they're scaring them with the behind attacking from behind.
I think if I'm Courtney Shute, though, you know you have great shooters. You got Zorn, you got L'Esperance, you got Carden, Delaney, Joyce. Tell them to shoot. Tell them I'm not worried about you getting a yellow. Just let them go. As they'll restart with Zorn here, 20 on the shot clock. L'Esperance, face dodge. Back to Zorn. Now L'Esperance with 10. It'll be Delaney, gonna have to create. 5 on the shot clock, inside. Carden catches with 2. Getting hacked, and that's a free position. And a bailout for the Jumbos. Trinity had 2 seconds left to see out, and they gave Margie Carden a free position.
Another dangerous woman to give a free position to.
This is the possession. Margie Carden just right of center. Bounces it off frame. A fresh 60 for the Jumbos. New play being called out here from the bench. Carden to L'Esperance on the X. Cuts right. Inside feed. Dean catches off the crossbar. Ground ball picked up by Trinity. Kaylee Zito going the other way. Jumbo's a little bit caught out here. Fernanda Pole turns to face. Zito around her. Trail check, missed shot. Wide. And backed up by Trinity.
Great transition there. Once Trinity's getting these balls, they know they have to go, and they are beating the Jumbos on speed here.
Yeah, that's the first time I think all season I've seen someone beat Catherine Fernanda Pole for speed.
Absolutely. They know what they were coming back to.
Lampert tries to go left against Summers, forced off it. Skipped up top to McGuckin against Fernanda Pole. Drops the shoulder, lost the ball. And Jumbo's going the other way with it. Summers in some trouble, gets around them both. Walking the wire. And she can run. Gets hacked down, and that's likely going to be a green card. It will be. It'll be a green card on Molly McGuckin. Skylar Lloyd in for the first time today for the Jumbos, along with Emily Leskin and Elsa Schutt. As the Jumbos will look to attack woman up here. Conahan at the right corner to Zorn on the X. Just lost it out of her stick there with no pressure. In some trouble now. Carden up top. Jumbo's bench not happy with their attack women. Skip pass, Zorn catches. Down low, L'Esperance bounced it in.
Good work there. That's a dangerous pass to make across the 8, but they made it work and caught Trinity off guard.
Yeah, and finally, what Courtney should have been shouting for a good 10 seconds about the 3v2 down low was seen by Elsa Schutt, and she was able to play that dangerous ball, as you said, Catherine, across to Zorn. Zorn immediately with that extra pass to L'Esperance, and L'Esperance almost the exact same way she scored the first one, just standing on the edge of the crease and beating the goalkeeper for location.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a little hole in the Trinity defense that if they are keeping doubling the ball, they're going to leave that girl open. And if Tufts can make passes like those, they will come out on top today.
It'll be Gibbons right back to the center circle. It'll be her with Lloyd and Leskin. Up top, caught by Skylar Lloyd. Trail check, knocked it just forward, and Lloyd didn't even have to break stride. Carden in some space now. L'Esperance. Trinity now back in the zone. Leskin to Zorn. Down low, L'Esperance saved. Rebound picked up, and a foul called on Conahan. And that hole you mentioned, Catherine, it looks about the size of a crater.
Yeah. Absolutely. Good transition.
Yeah, Grace Denoway going to bring it across. Trinity will look to finally get themselves an offensive set. Have not had one get anywhere today. Natalie Miller back to Denoway. Going to run against Gibbons. Ball pops out of her stick on the turf. Gibbons going to fight for it, uses the body, and gets called for a shove, backing down her woman. Skip pass inside, missed everyone, and it'll be picked up by Leskin. She'll look to go around the trail check. McGuckin coming hard on Leskin. Leskin outruns her the entire way. Courtney Shute wanted a green card, not getting it. And now, as soon as the Jumbos clear, everything slows down to a crawl. Carden. Zorn with some space. Back to Carden now. Inside cut. L'Esperance on the X. L'Esperance looking for the hat trick. Draws two up top. Shuttle switch it to Emily Leskin all the way to the near side and Conahan. Face dodge to her right, slots the slide, inside feed. Carden runs through her own teammate. Ball pops free, that's a turnover. And here comes Denoway the other way. McGuckin. Fernanda Pole waiting for her at midfield. And Trinity's going to slow it down. Get into the settled 7-on-7. And for a game that we were talking about before the game, Catherine, as one where we were expecting a lot of goals, it has been a defensive slugfest so far.
Yeah, I agree with that. Both teams have been playing.
Miller
really
spin dodge and gets called for the charge.
Yeah, you can't do that in women's lacrosse. Two players are there. You cannot try to push your way through them.
It's bold, and if she had done it, it would have made SportsCenter. The problem is you're not going to be able to dodge between Fernanda Pole and Nicola Summers.
No, you are not.
That one scooped up by Conahan. Carden now to the X. Zorn. And really, other than Ella L'Esperance, the Jumbo's attack women have not done anything today.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. They aren't moving the ball as quickly as we saw in that first run. They've slowed things down because I think the transitions are so hard on them. They need a moment.
Carden had L'Esperance, didn't quite see her fast enough. Inside, Zorn. Looking for a cutter, dumps it back to L'Esperance. Skip past Dean coming down Main Street. Didn't draw anything. Looked like it could have been a shooting space call.
Yeah, Tufts bench agrees with that call.
Joyce coming hard, gets run over, and that's going to be a free position.
Yeah, Trinity defense playing even more aggressive now. I'm surprised more things were not called, but I wonder if they can keep that up for the rest of the game.
Joyce against McDougall. The Jumbo's best woman on the free position makes it 3. And I think that just shows the danger of this Jumbo's team, right? Margie Carden yet to take a shot. Allie Zorn yet to take a shot. Delaney yet to take a shot. Conahan yet to take a shot. And they're still up 3-0.
Yeah, there's the depth of the bench right there. And not all of them are upperclassmen, too.
We were talking with some of the members of the athletic staff, and because of the COVID year, there's not a single member of the Jumbo's starting lineup today who does not have the eligibility to come back next year.
And I wonder if they will, Riley.
I think it depends on whether or not they achieve their goals this year. The stated goal is national title or bust. Gibbons looking to make it 4 for 4 on the draw control. It'll be McGuckin against her this time. Gibbons gets taken down. Ball still being fought for, and a push called on Gibbons. Courtney Shute not happy. and probably has a case. Let's go. Trying to face dodge on Nicholas Summers, who's just using that long reach to keep her away. Lally to Zito now. Lost the ball on the turf. Delaney comes through. She's running now. And Trinity's in some trouble. 4-on-3 the other way. Joyce going to make it 5. Delaney. Carden. Saved, and a beauty by McDougal.
That was a great shot and an even better save, Riley.
Yeah, great shot from Carden, though she did have the opportunity to pass there. Back to 7-on-7. Trinity lagging a little bit defensively. Zorn back to L'Esperance. Carden wanted it on the cut, didn't get the eyes of L'Esperance, who lost the ball. And coming the other way is Denouy. That one picked off by Fernanda Pole. She can turn and run now. Fernanda Pole unsure of herself, not really an attack woman, and now the Jumbos will get into the settled set. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, 3-0 Jumbos. Conahan going to take a jog. Zorn in some space. Pivots. Joyce around 1 and a second. Up top to Carden. Comes near side Kate Dean. Joyce comes off the screen. Takes a stick check, swings it to Carden. Zorn in all sorts of space. Step down, didn't draw the shooting space. Dumps it back to the X. Inside feed, and put in by Margie Carden.
She was swarmed right there and still managed to somehow find the back of the net.
And I believe that is now a 3rd point on the day for LL Esperance. 2 goals and an assist. That is now point number 75 on the season, which now puts her 1 point ahead of Margie Carden.
That is impressive.
And Jumbo's 1 point away from Margie Carden from having 2 attack women at 75 points on the season, which is just an unfathomable stat in women's lacrosse. As Gibbons looking to get some redemption for the last draw control. And will win it cleanly to Emma Joyce, who gets taken out. And Courtney Shute is going to get tired of saying the words, "That's a green card."
Yeah, these refs don't seem to be giving out green cards very
Delaney
easily.
around 3, gets a shot off the post. And that was inches from being a beautiful transition goal.
Back in Trinity's stick now.
Zito coming the other way. Getting Summers to switch her head left and right before dumping it off here to Lesko. Miller at the top. Caroline Lally, a sophomore against Joyce. Gonna drive down the right alley, dumps it to the X. Brooke Kurtz up top, McGuckin. Against Fernanda Pole, who just does not give her an inch. She goes down. Fernanda Pole never stopped running and came away with the ball. Second effort, and Dean's got it, in some trouble. And that's a turnover.
The redefending of Trinity's attack woman is phenomenal, Riley. That is winning them the game, well, keeping them in this game. They are not giving up and not letting that ball get down the field without a ton of effort.
Could not agree more. Trinity does not have to worry about the shot clock. It'll expire long after the game clock does in this first quarter. Lally spins around Joyce, lost the ball. Forgot to pick it up, and Joyce going to get called for the infraction there. Clock still running. Lally getting yelled at by her bench to hurry up.
Ooh.
Natalie Miller juked herself out of her own shoes. Then dropped her woman. Gets a shot, saved to Buren. Some fancy footwork from Natalie Miller, but she could not beat Pascal de Buren. And now Trinity's in some trouble with all their midfielders on the wrong side of midfield. Summers. Mastrobuono. Delaney around one. Inside. Carden scores, and the Jumbos make the Bantams pay.
There's another goal. We've seen Carden do it so many times this season. She just stands in the middle, and while she's still attacked by everybody, manages to get that ball in the back of the net.
And I mean, you can't help but wonder what Trinity can do, because honestly, they've probably outworked the Jumbos in this first quarter.
Absolutely.
And they're down 5-0.
They've absolutely outworked the Jumbos, both on offense and defense. But you can tell exhaustion is setting in. It's warm out today. I wonder if they can keep that up the whole game.
Well, they might not have to for much longer. Jumbo's only 5 goals away from running clock time. One forward. Joyce could look to have a shot here. Pass inside. Carden shot late. And a discussion once again going to be had about whether or not that's going to draw a card. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, second quarter. Welcome back here to Bello Field. We got an exciting one here on Bello, and we got an exciting event coming up for you on Monday night. Tony Maserati from WFAN and a Tufts 89 alum will be here at ACN Auditorium, a JumboCast event. We're having a meet and greet with him. Come ask him some questions, meet some of us, have a grand old time. It is an open event, so bring your friends, bring your family. I don't know if you can bring your dog, but bring them in spirit. It'll be a great time. As we get set for the start of the second quarter, Catherine, what can Trinity do to reverse the tide in this one?
They've been doing all that they can. I think continuing that check from behind has been working really, really well against the Jumbos and finding more ways to do that. And they've been doing a great job on the transition. They've been doing a good job on offense. They have to find more people to pass and trust with the ball other than Molly McGuckin. They just need that depth, and after that, they're golden.
They got to start on the draw. Only one draw win in that first quarter.
Looks like they have switched out.
They sent in Caitlin Berman, who was really good defensively in the first quarter. That's going to be chaos. Scooped backwards. Delaney gets a stick to it, and will corral it in her own end. So the Jumbos continue their mastery in midfield. Joyce with 2 on her. Outlet pass in stride to Madeline Delaney. Jumbos 5-on-4. D in, extra pass. L'Esperance spins. Jumps it. Carden step down through 2. And that's her 3rd hat trick, Margie Carden.
How many minutes was that from our first goal to this one?
She scored the first goal with 1.5 minutes left in the first quarter. So just over 2 minutes to get the hat trick.
That is wild, Riley.
And 2 goals and 2 assists for L'Esperance. A hat trick for Margie Carden. I'd say the 3-headed monster is alive and well here in Medford.
Absolutely, and you know why that is, Riley?
Why is it, Catherine?
Because they've had to put so much attention on the other non-3 of those that they've now lost their momentum with defending them.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good point, and I think it speaks to the Jumbo's depth as we're seeing an entire line change here, hockey style, in the midfield.
Absolutely, and they have the depth to be able to do that.
Elsa Schutt going to come take this draw against Berman. And no real drop-off between Gibbons and Schutt. Both of them at about 60% on the year from the draw circle. Margie Carden now up to 191 career goals, 1 away from tying the program record. Draw bounces and is picked up by Berman, who has been the bright spot so far, the sole one for Trinity. McGuckin in what feels like a must-score possession for the Bantams, only 16 minutes into this game. Miller, now Danois against Leskin. Not getting an inch. Swung to the X. Brooke Kurtz there. Now it'll come to Lampert. Tries a spin on Summers. Summers just waiting for it. Inside feed, jump, and a goal. Great backdoor cut from Alex Lesko.
That was a pretty one, Riley. There was no cradle needed there. She knew where the goal was behind her and found the top corner without even looking.
And that's a great play from Caroline Lampert. The ability, she realized she couldn't spin her way past Fernanda Pole and Summers, so she picked her head up, realized if there's 2 women on me, there has to be a woman on the backside. And was able to find her in a cutting Alex Lesko. Schutt right back out there against Berman. Everyone stacked to the near side, so I'd imagine the ball will end up on the far side. It ends up straight down the middle. No one coming up with it right now. And eventually it lands in the stick of Molly McGuckin.
I believe that is June
Oh, it is.
Trodden.
You're right. It is June Trodden.
Molly McGuckin with it now.
Here is McGuckin, who has been really quiet today. Ball on the turf, picked up by Leskin. Another unforced error for the Bantams. Leskin draws 2 on her. Beautiful outlet pass through some contact. And they're going to stop that play to give a card. And Courtney Shute not happy about it. She wanted them to let play continue.
Yeah, the one time that she's mad about a card given to the other team.
But in the defense of the referees, when Courtney Schute's complaining every time about a green card, she can't really be upset when you give her one.
Absolutely not.
Jumbo's right back to the woman up. 6-0 lead. Trinity with only 3 goals in their last 4 quarters of play here on Bello as Conahan comes right down Main Street.
I thought that one was going in, Riley.
Me and you both. Carden. Conahan takes a hit, gives the ball up. L'Esperance will shoot off the top of the bar. Rebound corralled by McDougal. And she's in no hurry. We'll see if the Jumbos bring an aggressive ride here. Carden knocks the ball free, but gets called for the foul in the process. Coming up here is Caitlin Hicks. Now McGuckin. 15 left on the green card. McGuckin with the solo clear. And Trinity's just going to hold out the rest of this woman down. So a big stop for the Bantams. Can they turn it into some momentum offensively? Inside feed. Ball knocked out of the stick there of Lesko. Gibbons will look to start the other way. Draws a second woman and keeps going. In some trouble. Gets around them both. And gets the ball to Fernanda Pole. Jumbos with 15 to clear. In between the lines, missed Leskin. That's going to be a turnover. Or it would have been, but it wasn't scooped up. Kicked ahead. Conahan will take it up to Margie Carden. Carden, stop and start around her woman to the X. Skip to the near side. Up top to Lloyd. Now shuttle come collect. Zorn on the X. Calling out a play. Gets it right back from Conahan. Leskin through two, gets hit. And that's going to be a free position.
On the hanging hash, we will see if she decides to take this one.
I'm guessing she's going to pass it here. It's not a great look, and you got too many good attack women who can get a first step. Margie Carden right on the straight hash. Instead, they go to Lloyd. Shoots, scores. What a decision from Emily Leskin.
I think it was the right decision, Riley. I'm not going to lie.
Timeout Trinity, as it is all Jumbos.
Yeah, they've got the momentum now. Not that they didn't have it earlier. 6-1, 10 minutes left in the second quarter.
They hadn't updated the scoreboard. It's 7 now.
7-1, excuse me.
It's hard to keep count the way the Jumbos are just piling up the goals. And in the last 4+ quarters of play between these two teams on Bello, do you know what the margin is? Because I do, and it's a scary one.
I'm scared to even guess, Riley. What is it?
23-4.
Whew.
Trinity has a grand total of 4 goals in their last 68 minutes of play on Bello Field. And I don't care if you have 100 All-American defenders. If you score 4 goals in 68 minutes of play, you're not going to win a lacrosse game.
No, you are not.
And you got to wonder, will the coaching staff and Katie Szymanski think about maybe a goaltending change?
Maybe a goaltending change. I think Trinity was playing great defense earlier in this game, and I think if they can keep that up, I've seen it fall off a little bit. I think it's exhaustion because they were playing so aggressively. But if they could somehow light the fire again and play that aggressive defense that they were playing earlier, they have a good chance. They were scooping up almost half the balls that the Jumbo sent down there.
They do, and I wonder how much of that early aggression we saw was unsustainable just in terms of effort level. Because this team, they came in very amped.
Yes, I would predict that they were told to come out ahead in the first 5 minutes.
And they did in terms of effort.
Absolutely.
The problem is when you win on effort consistently, but it doesn't show up on the scoreboard, you put yourself in a really bad position.
Yes, absolutely. And their defense is doing a good job in their midfield as well. But their attack seems not to be able to find the back of the net there.
No, I think I've only said Molly McGuckin's name 3 times today. And when she has the majority of your goals as a team, you're going to need me to say her name more than that.
Absolutely.
Same 2 back out on the dot. Referee making sure the sticks are locked. That one spun forward. Emma Joyce going to be the first to it. And she can look to try and get an angle here, but it's going to be forced to the X. L'Esperance skips it ahead. Conahan with some momentum. Had to pick the ball up. Able to knock it forward, and Zorn comes all the way back to collect. Trinity caught out a little bit here.
But there's that aggressive defense we were seeing in the first half.
Trinity bench calling for a ward on Zorn. Referee is not really interested in hearing what either bench has to say today. Here is Zorn on the X. Around the screen. Once and twice. Spins it up top to Conahan. 10 minutes to go in the first half. 7-1 Bows. Conahan. Deflected to Cardin. Through 2. Gets shoved down. That's another free position. And she'll have a chance to tie the program record right here.
And I think she knows it, Riley. I've seen her be open multiple times, and the team is trying to get her the ball, but we'll see what she does here.
Margie Cardin for 192. And she gets it!
There you go. Tied the program record.
And that is a big goal for Margie Cardin, a big goal for this program, and a big goal in this game. Jumbos make it 8-1. And we were talking, some of us juniors, me and some of the juniors on the team pregame, about what it would take for Margie Cardin to break the record today. And we said 5, it's a lot, but it's doable.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily thought it would be something we were discussing in terms of it could happen any second, 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, absolutely not. We are not even halfway through the second quarter of this game, and she already has 4 goals on the board.
Yeah, I will remind those of you at home, we're on now record watch for another record. Margie Cardin has the program record for goals in a game with 9 against NJIT in the NCAA semifinal 2 years ago.
That is wild. 9 goals in one game.
Well, she's on pace to break it.
Yeah, at this rate, she could.
Great win there by Berman. Unfortunately, she tried to go through 2. Ball on the turf. And eventually, a nice job by Alex Lesko to pick that 50-50 ball up. Great dodge by Lampert. Wards off Summers. And it'll come to Zito up top. Now Lally. That's about the 4th time we've seen a player just drop the ball for no reason today.
Yeah, from both teams, too.
Wonder if there's something with the balls. Inside feed picked off by Dean. She'll hand it off to her goaltender. Fernanda Polita-Gibbons. Between the lines to Dean. Who will take it across, give it to Margie Cardin, who might get an ISO for the record. Instead, she'll skip it to the X. Zorna Mastrobana, who offers a whole new element in terms of vision. Spins back to her right. Gets hacked, and that's going to be a foul, and it might be a card as well.
Does not look like they're going to make this a card.
So it'll be a 12-meter for Mastrobano. And she'll just take it right back out and reset the offense. Joyce gives it right back. L'Esperance looking for her hat trick now. Reverses and gets it. And I feel like the Jumbos are playing at full speed, and the Trinity defense kind of looks from here like they're playing at 3/4 speed.
I would say the same thing, Riley, at least compared to their playing in the first few minutes of the first quarter.
And, I mean, we've seen some outrageous starts to games from the Jumbos. We've seen them get it into running clock with about 3 minutes to go in the first half. But it's an 8-goal game with 8 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, 2 more, and it's a running clock.
That is now 5 points on the day for L'Esperance. So 5 for her, 5 for Margie Cardin. And despite Allie Zorn yet to record a point, 10 points already from the Jumbos attack women. Gibbons spins that one back. Hustle play won by Delaney. And she's just going to keep running.
Delaney is never not running, Riley.
Margie Carton with it on the far side. She'll run around the X to Zorn. So they call out a play. Zorn, face dodge. Gonna try and reverse it. Back to the X. L'Esperance unmarked. Had Mastrobano, didn't see her. Gonna back her woman out, go ISO. Face dodge, drops her, shoots, scores! Ella L'Esperance, have yourself a day.
What a goal. I can't tell if the placement of that is beautiful or scary. It was so close to the goalie's stick, just standing in resting position, but she found the edge of the net in that gap.
And yeah,
will.
I'm running out of words. Like, this is just awe-inspiring, this offensive performance. I remind you, the Jumbos had 2 points on the board with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. They have scored 8 in the last 10 minutes.
And they will switch out their goalie. It is now Olivia Aguirre.
Well, when I mentioned it as a possibility, I didn't really think we'd be seeing it 23 minutes into the game.
Yes, but here we are, Riley. 23 minutes in the game, 1 goalie change. Tufts is up 10-1 in the second quarter.
It's an unfathomable thought. Ella L'Esperance has more goals than Trinity has shots on goal today. And a violation on Trinity. And Delaney's running. Jumbo's looking to put it in running clock right now. Zorn gonna slow things down. Spin dodge, gets an angle, inside feed, missed everyone. Dean's gonna hustle to keep it in. Zorn collects on the left side this time. She'll go to work 1v1. Face dodge, picks up inside, and batted in by Ella L'Esperance.
We've seen a few of those on Bello from the men's team and the women's team, but that was a pretty good one.
That is 5 for L'Esperance. Zorn gets herself a point on the day, and the Jumbos are just putting the knife to Trinity's throat.
And here we go with a running clock, 6 minutes and counting.
I don't even know if I've ever seen running clock this fast in a game.
But it makes sense. Tufts has decided that they are going to go ahead in this game and continue the way they're going.
So 5 now for L'Esperance, 4 for Cardin. We're now on record watch for multiple players potentially breaking the single game goal record. Cardin, as we remind you, has tied the all-time program record for goals. Needs one more to stand alone. That one spun back. And it'll be corralled by McGuckin. Emily Leskin going to force her all the way to the corner. Dumps back. That'll be Sarah Marvin. Trying to shake Cromwell, not having any luck. And it'll come to the top. And Caroline Lally gets a step on Lloyd. Draws the slide. Lampert. A little up and under. McGuckin going to try and run on Fernanda Pole. Spins inside, lost the ball. Ball's recollected by McGuckin somehow. Shot from Lampert over the bar. And the race won, I believe, by Trinity. It is. Courtney Shute not happy about it. Inside feed, missed everyone. And it'll be recollected by Lally, 30 to shoot for the Bantams in what has been definitely their best attacking look of the second quarter. Miller, stop and go, gets around Summers, spins, lost the ball, playing on her stomach now, and eventually Jenna Gibbons comes away with it. Jumbo's running again. Fernanda Pole as we go 6-on-4 the other way. 99. Ahead, Cardin spins, stands alone. Margie Carden, the all-time leading goal scorer in Tufts program history.
What a goal to do it on as well, Riley.
And the bench is bowing down to Margie Carden. Rightfully so, just a junior, but now she stands alone, 193 and counting.
At this rate, maybe she will reach 200 by the end of this season.
Might reach 200 by the end of today.
Might reach 200 by the end of the day, the way this game is going.
And the crowd being told what we already knew. Margie Carden being swarmed by her teammates. And that ball is going to go in the Hall of Fame. And just a moment to soak it in for number 27, the greatest to ever do it in white and blue.
And let me remind you, Riley, she is just a junior.
That's a crazy thought.
This is all done in 3 years. And she still has one more.
Can see the smile on her face from here, 80 yards away. And it is all smiles for the Jumbos, up 12-1 here with 3 minutes to go in the first half. And got to ask you, Catherine, do you think we will see Pascal DeBuren in the second half?
I think she will start the second half, just to be sure. Some teams, after halftime, some of the sparks in them, and they will come back with fire in their eyes. But I bet by the fourth quarter, we will have Sophie Paulus in goal.
That seems like a fair assessment. I'll tell you who's probably not very thrilled to be seeing the news about how this one is going, and that's the Wesleyan Cardinals, who would have to play the Jumbos next. McGuckin spins around. Fernanda Pole lost an edge. Ball pops all the way through to Kurtz, who just fell down. And that's kind of how Trinity's offense has gone today. Outlet pass in stride of Leskin. Stop me, you've heard this before. Jumbos with numbers in transition. But Lloyd couldn't collect the pass cleanly. Here come the Bantams. 4-on-4. Lampert around Fernanda Pole, on net, low shot, scores.
There's not much you can do there. She had the woman on her and just somehow managed a low shot past Pascal DeBuren.
And a really great transition there from Trinity. Allows them to get this one within 10. And if you're the Bantams, you got to push here right now. You want to try and get this one just to 9 before halftime. Get it back to standard clock. And give yourself a legitimate little piece, a spark, as you mentioned, to go on going into the second half.
Yeah, if they can manage that in a minute and now 17 seconds, they will be going into halftime feeling very differently.
Gibbons wins that one to herself, gets hacked, and that's going to be a card. And it's yellow. The second card of the day for Sam Hark. This one is yellow. And the Jumbo's going to go women up for the next 2 minutes. As I'm just waiting for everyone to be back to go here. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Jumbo's leading 12-2. As Zorn going to take a jog out. And I think being told by Courtney Shute to wait for a little bit.
They have the time and the score gap that they need to do that.
Claps will send it wide to Margie Carden with 30 seconds to go in the half. L'Esperance now going to take a little walk cradling the ball. Zorn with 15. And I think the Jumbos aren't going to look to go here. I think they're probably going to look to keep the woman up going into the second half.
I agree with that. I think that's the right move. Trinity getting a little bit more aggressive on defense.
That'll be your first half from Bello. We saw it all. A lot of goals, a couple records broken. Margie Carton now stands alone, and we go to the break 12-2 Jumbos.
Have you ever been watching a sports game and thought to yourself, I could do what those guys just did? Well, so have we. So today, I've brought 4 of my ordinary friends along to test our might against some of Tufts University's finest athletes. This is the JumboCast Amateur Hour. Today we're at beautiful Bello Field, home of the Tufts University soccer teams, and we are going to try our hand at a penalty kick shootout. To help us here today is one of the star players on the Tufts women's soccer team, Casey Lamb. How are you doing today, Casey?
I'm doing great.
Are you ready to penalty kick against some of us random people?
Yes, I'm a little nervous, but I am excited.
Let's get into it.
My name's Casey. I'm a senior on the women's soccer team, and I play center midfield. The hardest part, obviously, is just getting over the nerves. The nerves are incredibly high, especially if the whole game is on the line. I'm very worried about having to play goalie. I have only played goalie once in my life when I was 12. I wouldn't say I'm especially tall or especially good with moving my body in front of a high-speed ball in the net. So I don't do too well with high-pressure situations, so we'll see.
Hi everybody, it's Lily here again. I would say soccer is the last game we're going to play that I really have a chance.
I once again have to kick a ball today, so I'm not happy about that.
The last time that I played a soccer game was probably when I was 4. I wasn't particularly good.
I played everything from left wing, right back, and goalie, so I can do it all. I feel pretty good about this.
Casey's a serious player. I'm sure she'll put in a good effort, and yeah, I hope to challenge her.
When I was playing soccer in high school, I missed a penalty kick very legendarily to lose us the season. Haven't really recovered. Not sure this will be the game in soccer I would have chosen.
I just don't want to embarrass myself today. I think last place might be a possibility. Might have the chance to take over Lily or Jordan. But just, put up a competitive fight. That's all I'm going to ask for.
I'm going to try to aim center and use the curve technique to get the ball to go away from the goalie, who's just going to think it's coming at them, and they'll narrowly miss.
So Daniel and Ethan have been talking a lot of smack before this matchup today.
I haven't played organized since about 5th grade, and I only really started playing again last year when Daniel asked me to join the intramural soccer team.
Intramural champion t-shirt. Back-to-back now. Shout out to the Washington football team for going back-to-back.
I was the championship-winning goalie. I don't think Daniel gave me nearly enough credit on the job that I've done.
Ethan is one of the most highly skilled intramural goalies we've seen in a long time. That being said, part of the decision to put a man in goal was also due to liabilities. In fact, the position you're seeing him in now is where he spent the majority of our season.
Daniel, good coach, good leader. Nothing but good things to say about him. Apparently he doesn't have the same feelings about me. This one's pretty important to me.
Today we'll be running a modified version of a penalty kick shootout. Each person will serve as the goalkeeper for one rotation in which all of the other players will attempt one shot against them. Players will earn 1 point for a goal scored and 1 point for each save. Let's get into it.
JumboCasters are back to our normal position, off the field of play.
Daniel, you're going in goal, and Casey kicks first.
All right.
Some nice gloves.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He hit the net. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Easy fiver.
That was a makeable save.
Me and Casey, obviously her being good at soccer and me being the best of the average people at soccer. I did feel pressure, and unfortunately it did get to me.
What do you think? Are you going to be 5 for 5?
Oh, I'm planning on it. We'll see how it goes.
Here we go.
He's doing a lot of Oh no!
It's Mr. First Place right here. Mr. First Place.
Just wait till
Mr. First Place.
soccer will be my game.
We've come out here, taken some penalties against each other before. He knows my spots. He knows that I like to go to the right. Obviously, didn't go top right, kind of went middle right, and it was way too easy of a save for him.
Saw that coming all the way. I've put in the work. I've been in the film room. That was light work.
It's okay. I know this meant a lot to you.
Don't worry.
You can always bounce back. There's still some more chances.
This is very nerve-wracking.
What a fake out.
It's tragic. That's tragic.
Okay, now there's some pressure on us, Lily, because we have to make Ethan be the only person to not score the first time.
Let's send it, boys.
Oh no!
No! Oh, redemption moment for our friends there.
Take that. So Daniel, one save, not bad. Not bad.
That was alright.
So Ethan, currently sitting in last place, puts on the gloves. Here we go.
Oh!
Never saw it coming.
The fake out.
I thought either side was going to be good, so I just chose it.
Was that just a skill difference?
Yeah.
You know, when you're playing.
Oh!
You scary.
That was, yeah, honestly, I don't want to go in the goal right now. It's kind of scary.
I'm gonna kick the ball wherever the ball goes because I have zero control.
Oh!
Thank you. Jordan is very skilled, just not in football, like soccer football. Or football for that matter.
I think in the end it didn't matter. He was never really playing for first place anyway, so I'm not really too concerned about it.
Oh, right at
Oh,
him.
dear Lord. Oh, God.
Right at him. Yeah, that wasn't great. He does have quite a punchable face, so it was hard to not just kick the ball right at him.
This one's the one that matters most. I don't care what the rest of it is.
Come on, Andrew.
Oh no! Oh no.
2.5.
2.5.
Oh, no.
I should have just missed.
Andrew.
I knew that I wasn't going to hear the end of it if he scored on me. Fortunately, he did all the work for me and just completely missed the goal, so we'll take that.
The shot felt good coming off of my leg. It just, I guess she felt a little too good coming off the leg.
Here's where the mind game starts. Which side am I going to choose?
God, this is such a wide goal.
3 for 3.
Oh. Jordan has commitment though.
I'm getting 0 points in here. I was not too comfortable, to say the least. The ball feels like it's right in front of your face, 10 feet. You have no chance in the world to ever do anything.
Oh!
Jordan, there was no effort on that one.
Yeah,
Not even a try, not even a dive, not even a pretend to
I saw
dive.
it going out. I mean, what's the best that I do? Jump in like...
I know that some members were not too keen to really even attempt to save the ball if I put enough on it. So, yeah, I just went for it.
I have no range, but it's okay because Ethan doesn't have a right.
Oh!
He did say he wanted to do the crossbar challenge, so...
Lily, please be nice to me. Please be nice to me.
Yes!
Oh,
wow.
Lily!
1 point.
Come on, Andrew. Here we go, Andrew.
People to me.
Here we go.
Lily, you got this.
Yeah, I do. No shot. I've been in goal before during my soccer career. I'm not very quick. Also, I was not wearing my glasses, so I can't really see the ball that well.
Here we go, Daniel.
Stick it right in my hand.
Wow.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Keep it close.
Okay.
What's wrong with it?
Okay, I'm going there.
No, you're not.
How do you know? Maybe I will.
Go, Lily. Misses again.
Oh!
Oh! Okay.
Okay, I have 2 points.
Oh!
Oh, dear Lord.
I thought you were going right, Andrew.
I was? Oh, you're right. Damn, these gloves are like stiff.
Yeah, I know.
I can't even close my hand.
Yeah, they're so your fingers don't bend backwards.
That makes sense.
Let's go, Andrew. Oh, yes.
Wow, I keep on slipping.
I respect
Put
the
the efforts there.
I put in the effort. At least I did that. See, if you dive after the shot goes in, you at least look like you tried.
That's play.
Don't kill me, please.
You missed
Oh, I tipped it!
Andrew!
I tipped it.
That's the one you
Do I
got.
get half a point? I can't go back to Ethan.
Oh!
Andrew! Andrew, you're messing this up for everybody.
I found out later that goalies in penalty kicks generally try to predict where the ball is going to go. I was trying to go full reaction mode, and I just was so late every single time.
Dude, how do you do that?
The tiny steps.
I'm liable to.
Okay. Man, that's cold.
You know what? At least I scored twice.
This
See
is
the
where I
exciting
have
ending
the
of that one on our website. We'll take a quick look at the scores around the NESCAC. Top seeds winning everywhere. Colby is up 8-4. Wesleyan leads 4-1, and over in Middlebury, well, the Panthers are doing what they do, and that is 13-2. So right now it looks as if it'll be the top 4 seeds on their way up to Vermont for next weekend as we resume play in the third quarter here. Deep. Carden, Zorn to the X now. L'Esperance looking for her 6th. Finds Joyce coming down Main Street through 2, shoots and scores.
Great placement on that shot. Bottom right corner. Not a lot of goalies can save that.
Yeah,
That's
just
the
a
weak spot.
phenomenal shot from Emma Joyce and a great feed there from L'Esperance as the Jumbos clearly not showing that the halftime break changed anything. They are here to fight and put the hammer down.
Absolutely, Riley.
That is, I believe, the 8th point of the day for El Esperance. So I'm now going to go looking through the record books to see what the record for points in a game is, because we're going to be on record watch for a lot of things today.
Yes, we are, Riley.
Already saw one record broken. Could we see another? Jenna Gibbons gets hacked, and the ball picked up by McGuckin. And I believe a green card being shown to Emma Joyce. I think for offsides, maybe?
Oh,
Yeah.
they are offsides.
Jenna Gibbons will serve it. First green card of the day shown to the Jumbos.
Yes, so Trinity will be a woman up for the next minute. I wonder if this will give them some opportunity and some more momentum.
It should, but should has not been kind of going kindly for the Bantams today, as they should have had a lot better results in the first quarter on the scoreboard than they deserved. And they have yet to score more than a goal in a quarter today. Skip pass up top. Inside feed, intercepted. Scooped up by Fernanda Pole. And she's going to take a jog before dumping it off to the substitute goalie, Sophie Palace.
We've seen her a few times this season, though. She has played well in every game that she has been put in.
No, I was just thinking about how we thought we weren't going to see her until the fourth, but Courtney Shute so confident in her defense and her offense that she says, nope, Sophie, you're good to come on in at the halftime break.
And she has shown that helping her team move the ball up the field, which sometimes they have struggled with Trinity's intense ride.
Though Trinity's ride, as a lot of things Trinity's done, has seemingly backed off a crease violation there on the Jumbos in intensity since that first quarter. As Jumbo's not bringing much of a ride here against Aguirre, who seems unsure of herself. Hicks now against Carden with 8 to get it across. We'll see if someone comes to help. Delaney going to cause some trouble. That ball sent long, but it will find Kurtz, and she's just able to walk the tight line. McGuckin. And comes here to Lally. Handoff. Now Denaway. Around Gibbons. Trail check, knocked the ball free. Picked up there in the middle by Donlin. And Palace going to use her crease as a shield and sling that one ahead. Cromwell couldn't get it on the first or second attempt. Will get it on try number 3. And now Trinity caught out again. Trail check unsuccessful. L'Esperance to Shut. Comes to the near side, Margie Carden. Zorn now. Lowers the shoulder up top to Skylar Lloyd. It'll come near side, Carden. Jumbo's now really moving the ball well. L'Esperance. Leskin. 40 to shoot. Shut. Thought about the inside feed. Skips it all the way across. Zorn. Inside. And in the end, it ended up in the stick of Aguirre.
And an update across the NESCAC. Wesleyan is beating Bowdoin 7-1 at half.
So the Cardinals finally starting to put a little bit more of their signature pressure down. Fernandopoulos says hasta la vista to that attack. Outlet pass in stride. Chance here for Lloyd, who gets denied by a trail check from Zito.
Good defense there, but you can't let the Jumbos get that if you are Trinity. You don't want them scoring easy goals like that. Or having easy opportunities one-on-one with the goalie at this point of the game.
And Trinity got bailed out there by the fact there was an extra ball on the field because Zorn was ready to restart play. And they were not back defensively. Carden. Being hounded all the way out at midfield by Berman. Lloyd now. Claps to the X. Inside feed finds Margie Carden. Can't get a shot that time. Skips it right back. Shot from Schutt is just wide. Saved by Aguirre. Fresh 60 for the Bows. L'Esperance all the way up top. Schutt inside. Beautiful cut. Score. Sophia Claps.
There's more of that no look, no cradle shot after a feed right in. And that's what great teams are able to do. They know where their players are and they know where the goal is at all times.
Yeah, and just the beautiful vision from the freshman there. Picking her head up, or excuse me, from the sophomore, also Schutt, and finding the freshman. And a great job of Sophia Claps recognizing the hole in the zone and making that backdoor cut. Schutt going to go right back out to the draw circle as the Jumbos now with a 12-goal lead. And you wonder how much longer the starters will stay in this game. Schutt sends that back. And in the end, Trinity comes away with it. Molly McGuckin, who leads the team today in draw controls. Unfortunately, that's probably not the stat they need here to lead in.
Absolutely not. Tufts is doing a good job of marking her not too far out, but they always have Catherine Fernandopoulos on her.
As a nice finish there, down low by Kaylee Zito.
And Riley, that's what we were talking about earlier in the game, finding depth in other teammates that are not Molly McGuckin. And it was shown right there. She was able to pass the ball and find that shot and have the confidence in herself to take it.
Now, Trinity has a lot of talent. And honestly, when they've had chances today, they've been pretty good at executing. Over 50% of their shots on goal have ended in goals. The problem is that was their 7th shot on goal today.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to the confidence because they're so used to Molly McGuckin being able to take that ball for them and scoring.
Gibbons back out on the draw here. Sends that forward, grabs it herself. And she might look to attack. Draws 2 on her. Runs around them both. Carden with a trail check on her. Dodges around it left and right before dumping it off to L'Esperance. Inside feed, Dean. Here's Claps. Can she make it 2-2? Carden was wide open. Delaney didn't see her. Bench still calling out plays. Joyce drops the shoulder. Up top, Delaney. Trinity zone expanding out again. All the way over the top to Dean. Zorn. Step down wide. Zorn almost seemed unsure of herself there. Wanted to draw the shooting space call, didn't. As L'Esperance feed bounced all the way through. Bouncing around, Zorn comes up with it. 30 to shoot. Dodges through 2. Pass perfectly in stride and off the crossbar from Delaney. Zito going the other way. Trying to go 1v4 against the Jumbos midfield. And might do it, and that's going to be a card for Kate Dean.
Yeah, when you hit someone in stride like that and they go down like that, that will be a card.
It'll be her first card of the day. Second green card of the quarter for the Jumbos. As Trinity going to try and attack again, woman up. Zito swings it down to the X now. McGuckin looks off the post, and it'll be collapsed and corralled by Sophie Paulus. Donlin between the lines to Gibbons. Jumbos might not wait to get to full strength. They might go now as a great intervention there by Sam Hark. But then that's a turnover you cannot afford to be making if you're the Bantams.
Absolutely not, and they will fight to get that back.
But let's give credit to Sam Hark because that had to be a perfectly timed challenge. She's on a yellow. If she gets that wrong, she's going stick into Delaney's head, and she's done for the day.
Yeah, great risk taken there, and it paid off.
Zorn gets trail checked. Lost the ball. Good defense there from Quincy Connell. And Zorn's going to chase after her. Connell between the lines to Lesko. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Lesko through everyone on net and scores.
The defense that we saw in the beginning of the game is starting to come back, and Trinity is realizing there are opportunities that they can take towards goal and finishing on them as well, which is bringing them closer to get back in this game. 2 points to get rid of the running clock, which would be key for Trinity.
No, it's not you, Catherine. They just can't get the scoreboard right now. They only need 1. They've gotten 2 in a row now, and the first time Trinity has gotten 2 goals in a row on Bellow Field since the goals that made it 2-0 when these teams played on March the 9th. Ten-goal game, 2.5 to go in the third quarter. Gibbons and Berman. Gibbons spins it, bats it back, and a whistle goes. And I think someone's seeing a card.
I think there are multiple things that happened there, Riley. I saw, I think what was a hit to the head against Jenna Gibbons.
But that's not what they're going to call. They're going to call a hit to the head on Madeline Delaney. Oh, actually, both sides are getting checks to the head. So we will play some 9-on-9 lacrosse. Caitlin Berman and Madeline Delaney going to see yellows. So it'll be an offsetting. It'll be Trinity possession because the possession cone is in their favor. And we will play women down aside for the next 2 minutes. Berman, as you mentioned, got called for that check to the head of Jenna Gibbons. And Delaney, I think, got Berman in the process.
Yes, fighting for your team.
Play resumes as we dip under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Denoy trying to spin on Gibbons, who stays with her step for step. Miller now. McGuckin. Franapole stays with her. Skip to the X. Let's go. Down to McGuckin, cutting near side. Tries to get a look. Fernanda Pole with her every step of the way, but she gets a free position for the shove.
Yes, and Fernanda Pole has been playing great defense on Molly McGuckin all game, balancing that line of aggressive to by the rules.
Big chance here. McGuckin can stop the clock with a goal. Not this time. And surely looked like a crease violation, and it is.
Good job by Palace for keeping her cool and getting that ball no matter what.
And she'll start the outlet to Caroline Cromwell. Dean. Ahead to Claps. Jumbos have 5v4 if they hurry. Claps. Margie Carden was screaming for it. Didn't catch the eye of the freshman. Final minute, third quarter. Shot clock not a factor the rest of the way. As Carden skips it to Zorn. Joyce with that crow hop. Little stop and go. Draws two. Gets around them both. Backdoor feed. One-hand catch, and Lesperance just couldn't keep the shot down. That would have been something. 20 to go. 7 left on the penalties. Claps, driving hard, shoots low, hit the post, and then knocked smartly back into the crease by Trinity, and that'll see out the third. We go to the fourth here in Bello, 14-4 Jumbos.
Have you ever been watching a sports game and thought to yourself, I could do what those guys just did? Well, so have we. So today, I've brought 4 of my ordinary friends along to test our might against some of Tufts University's finest athletes. This is the JumboCast Amateur.
Jumbo is going to break the huddle for the final time on Bellow Field in NESCAC play this year as we get set to start the fourth. And kind of surprised to still see most of the starting lineup on the field.
Honestly, Riley, I am not the way that Trinity has been playing the past 2 minutes of that last quarter.
Well, I say that. They did take out the starting attack women, which is unfortunate because LS Bronx was only 3 points away from tying the program record for points in a game.
Yes, but they will keep the same midfield and
some of the defense.
Yeah, some of the defense.
I think it's an all-senior defensive lineup right now. Summers, Meg Hatton, Grace Frericks, Kate Wijak, and Sophia Antizana. As Emma Joyce somehow 1v2'd that draw control. And the offense gonna get to work with some new faces. It'll be Lucy Hodge, Alexa Amaracino, and the woman on the ball here, Caroline Sapier. As it'll be only seniors with the exception of Kate Mastrobano on the field and Sophie Palace in net. Jumbo's in effect getting a second senior day for this fourth quarter. Joyce. Back to Mastrobano. Inside, finds Frericks. In some trouble, gets it to Joyce. Just over. Great work from Frericks, but Joyce couldn't keep the shot down. Mastrobano. Now Joyce. Around two. Draws the slide. Frericks inside. Delaney catches, gets hit. Ball on the turf. It's under a mass of bodies and sticks, and eventually recollected by Delaney, 15 to shoot. Mastrobano with 10. Gonna back her woman down. Spins. Passes. Joyce. Denied.
Good save there.
Great spin from Mastrobano, but Olivia Aguirre was waiting for Emma Joyce at the near post. And I gotta wonder if this game would have been different if Olivia Aguirre had been in net from the start, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I said somewhere around this time in the game these two teams played in March.
Yes.
Aguirre in some trouble here. Has not been able to get anything going. Jumbo's in an all-out ride. Miller comes to collect. 50 left on the shot clock. Summers with her stride for stride. Now Hodge gonna come help. And a successful clear for Trinity. Down low feed. Right there was Meg Hatton to deny the point-blank look for Caroline Lally. What a dodge. Once, twice, 3 times, and taken down there was Caroline Lampert. And I believe that's going to be a free position, and it might be a card. No, it will not be. It'll be a free position and a fresh 60, no card. Caroline Lampert. Stutter step. Bounces one off the top corner. Hit upper 90. And the Jumbo's going the other way, 4v3. Summers made the wrong choice. Should have kept that ball. That's a turnover. Jude trotting ahead, and here comes Trinity with numbers. Hard from Denoy. Shoots, scores, and the clock will stop with 11:40 to go.
Good work by Trinity. They did not go down, even though they were down. They were able to keep their heads in the game and get that goal. They are fighting hard for this game.
They're outscoring the Jumbos 3-2 in this second half. As Courtney Shute questioning something. I think she had too many women on the field.
Yes, she did, and we're all good now, though.
Yeah, Grace Ferrick sprints off. As Jenna Gibbons back on the field to take this draw. Trying to just steady the ship as 3 goals in a row for the Bantams. That one spun and caught by McGuckin. She's going to look to run against Antizana. Up to Zito. Brooke Kurtz will swing it around to Natalie Miller, who gets a step and a really lucky foul call there on Kate Wijak, because I believe that's going to be a 12-meter.
That is, and she was on her way to goal.
Oh, yeah, she was in. That is the textbook definition of a perfect foul. Miller spins, gets a look, bounce it over, and the Jumbos are going to... Ooh. Everyone and their mother thought the Jumbos won that race except for the referee.
I was convinced Jumbos had that one, but good hustle by both teams there.
Little stop and go. Inside feed. Ball on the turf again. Can't tell you who has it because it's just bouncing. And eventually it comes into the stick of Kate Wijak, who cuts through 2. Knifing like she's slicing through some cheese as the Jumbos go 6-on-4. And forced off, it is Skylar Lloyd. Mastrobuono going to slow things down to a crawl as we dip under 10 minutes to go in the game. And that was rare to see. Emily Leskin, the freshman, telling her senior teammate, Alexa Amarcino, to just slow things down, chill a little bit. Mastrobuono. Head on a swivel, swings it around. Shut, Sapir, behind Leskin, who uses her body to shield the ball. And that's going to be a hold against the Jumbos. Here come the Bantams again. Once again, Trodden. Ahead to Lolly, who has an angle, Hatton over to deal with that. Skip pass, missed the intended target. We scooped up at the far side by Natalie Miller. Zito with 9 minutes to go. Gets a step. Good collect there. Sliding across from Skylar Lloyd. It'll come to the X. Kurtz against Leskin. Now Miller. Gets a step on Antizana. Drives through 2. Lost the ball. Free position coming. And Trinity with a chance to cut it to 8 with 8:54 to go. Sophie Palace out of her cage. And a goal. Put in again by Caroline Lampert. And if I'm Courtney Shute, I'm probably thinking about a timeout right about now.
A timeout or putting in some of the players that have been playing in this game earlier in the game. With so many new faces, they are not used to the way that Trinity has been playing, especially on the attack.
And Courtney Shute will take a timeout. We'll take it as well when we come back. The final 8:50 for Bello. Stay tuned. What can I say, Catherine? We're both very good prognosticators. I predicted the timeout. You predicted what Courtney Shute would do with it, and that is bring the starters back onto the field to see this one out.
Yes, Riley. The starters did a good job adjusting to Trinity's type of play, and I think that's what the newcomers coming in quickly realized, that they were not playing how it viewed from the sideline.
So it'll be the entire starting lineup back on the field for the Jumbos with one exception, that being Pascal DeBuren still getting the rest of the afternoon off, assuming things don't take a drastic turn.
And I think that is the right choice. Sophie Palace has shown her strength in the goal.
Gibbons, who has not won a draw in this fourth quarter, back out there. And that way is going to be, I believe, Jumbo's ball because the arrow's theirs. Madeline Delaney knew it, and she's going. Around her woman on frame. Got it knocked free as a great trail check there from Sam Hark. And now here come the Bantams with Quincy Connell, who threw that ball away.
I think she was checked in the back as that shot came off. Good trail ride by the Jumbos.
Yeah, it was Margie Carton on the trail check. As she will now turn and run, give it to L'Esperance on the X. Jumbo's top unit in no hurry whatsoever.
Yeah, Bantam's backing off a little bit on their very aggressive defense we saw earlier.
I don't like that. The aggression was working, and you need to get turnovers. The Jumbos, just with one or two more draw controls, can effectively see this one out just by milking all 90 on the shot clock.
And it looks like that is what they're trying to do.
L'Esperance up top. Dean around one. We'll give it back. L'Esperance trying to draw Quincy Connell out a little bit further. Does, but Connell with the trail check. Zorn able to grab the loose ball. Has two women on her. Up top to Carden, too high. Emma Joyce will keep it from going back across the restraining line with 20 on the shot clock. Delaney. Joyce. Jumbo's running a little cycle play on the near side. Now it comes far side, Ali Zorn. 10 to shoot. Inside feed. Found Delaney. Shot on frame. It'll stay with the Jumbos. Courtney Shute wants it. They're not going to get a fresh look. And I think the referees are going to discuss. I think they're going to say it hit the frame, and it'll be a fresh 60. It hit the net, did not hit the goalie, so that is why it's a fresh 60. The Trinity bench and Katie Szymanski saying it did not touch the frame, but they are not going to win that argument.
More time to be wasted for the Jumbos.
As the Jumbo's going to bring a ride. As Trinity going to bring it across here. McGuckin now drops Fernanda Pole. Good shot and a save by Palace. Delaney across the timeline. Fernanda Pole through on frame and scores! And that is the exclamation point on game, set, and match Jumbos.
I think the switch to put the starters back in was working.
Trinity gonna take a timeout. We'll take it as well. When we come back, hopefully there'll be no more timeouts. We'll be able to see this one out. Stay tuned.
some NESCAC game updates across the NESCAC. In the fourth period with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left, Middlebury is up 21 on Amherst 3.
Mercy.
And Wesleyan is up 9-5 on Bowdoin. And Hamilton is losing 7-12 to Colby.
So the top seeds up in every matchup here. Look like it's going to be a chalk ride to the semifinals, assuming things hold as they are currently. Great job batting that one forward by Caitlin Berman. It's going to drift out of bounds. Who's it off of? It'll be Trinity ball. Fresh 90 for the Bantams. But they need 9 goals, and they need them in about 5.5 minutes. As onto the field, with much applause, is Casey Ward. Ward dumps it off to the X. Let's go. Inside to McGuckin. A lot of contact, no call. And the ball scooped up by Summers, who finds a perfect outlet to Delaney. Jumbos have 6-on-5 the other way. Delaney striding out. Cardin. Trail check, knocked the ball free. Cardin picked it back up for a second, and eventually it ends up all the way back in the stick of Quincy Connell. Outlet pass picked off by Gibbons. Delaney. Zorn stops, brings it back out. Joyce got a nice trail check there from Berman, who has been everywhere today. Who gets laid out, and Emma Joyce going to see a card.
Both teams' tensions are rising as the game comes towards the end. 4 minutes, 13 seconds left. Trinity going up for a minute.
Yeah, they will be up for a minute. The third green card of the day for Emma Joyce, or not for Emma Joyce, for the Jumbos. Second for Joyce. As a successful clear for the Bantams. 4 minutes to go here on Bella. As a reminder, this is just game 1 of the doubleheader. We'll be back at about 3 o'clock for the men's semifinal. Number 1 ranked Jumbos in the NESCAC against the 8-seeded Hamilton Continentals. Zito, inside cut. Forced to go around that net. Up top. Ward shoots, scores! And celebrations for Trinity. A big goal for Casey Ward, their senior. The hometown kid gets a goal on what could very well be her final game. And a big celebration there from Katie Szymanski on that goal for Casey Ward. Meant a lot to them. Being told that Casey Ward's playing through some difficulties, and we're really happy that she was able to get a goal on her final collegiate game here. As a successful clear here for the Bantams, and they look to get going. Zito got the ball knocked free on a bump. Brooke Kurtz now. Lampert gets a step, slams on the brakes, inside feed shot. Zito scores! And it's cut to 7 with 3 minutes to go.
I wonder if we will see DeBruin back in the game. Oh, broken stick on the field as well.
Whose stick was that?
I
Meg
believe
Hatton's?
Meg Hatton's stick.
Jumbo's not exactly unfamiliar with broken sticks. Meg Hatton in her double life as a video editor. Actually posted a reel a couple weeks ago, a compilation of all the broken sticks the Jumbos have had over the last couple of years, and there's a surprising number.
Yeah, with the NESCAC, you have such aggressive teams at such high level. I'm not surprised about the broken sticks.
It'll be Elsa Shutt on this draw, alongside Leskin and Lloyd. 3 minutes to go. And another draw win from Berman, who has been unequivocally the best player on the field for the Bantams today. Comes to the near side, and let's go. That ball dropped out of her stick. Leskin will control it. And she will make the wise choice of handing it off to Catherine Fernandopole. Between the lines, Jenna Gibbons. Carden now. Zorn still looking for her first of the day. Not going to get it there. As once again, a nice intervention there by Quincy Connell, who then spins around Zorn and Conahan. Not going to outrun Margie Carden. Zorn back with a trail check, knocks the ball free. Carden picks her head up. Jumbos have 5-on-3. But with a 7-goal lead, not in any hurry. Going to slow things down, likely bring it under a minute here. And the Jumbos crowd starting to get into it here. They can sense the finish line. They hope they'll be back here come NCAA times, but there's no guarantees. Inside feed. Somehow bouncing around still. Leskin got it. Carded behind the back. Save and a half by Aguirre. Zorn kept her feet in. Up top. Inside. Zorn between the legs. Save. Aguirre. And a card coming. A yellow shown to Zorn for a dangerous release. And I don't know about that one.
So that goal will not.
I don't think it ever went in.
It never went in.
They got a dangerous release there. I mean, I guess. I'd love to know the explanation for that.
Yes, but she will be out for the rest of the game. Tufts will be playing a man down.
Let's go. Inside feed. McGuckie shoots between the legs. Score. And it's now a 6-goal game.
Great cutback by Trinity.
So I guess Zorn's day is not done.
I guess her day is not done.
And a question of whether or not how many yellows that is for the Jumbos. And the answer is a third, not a fourth.
Trinity has found the holes in the Jumbos defense.
And that's a big distinction, because if it was a fourth yellow, then that would be, or a second, excuse me, if we're being told. But if that was a fourth yellow, as Trinity was asking about, which is a really wise thing to do, Zorn would be locked in and Trinity would be on the woman up the rest of the way.
And that's why knowing the rules is so important, because there are little rules like that that sometimes people do not remember and can win you the game by staying a man up in the rest of the game.
Big draw here. 6-goal game, final minute. Leskin might have gotten away with a ward. Didn't win the ball in the end. Who else but Berman did? McGurkin with a one-handed grab around Fernandopole. Fell down. Ball bouncing around, and a card coming, I believe. And in the end, the referee once again reaches for the pocket and doesn't give a card.
You got to be careful there. You have to keep your feet moving if you want to successfully keep the player.
And Szymanski once again asking whether or not and why there wasn't a card. and what it should be, and in the end, they're going to correctly move it up to the 8-meter. Jumbo's bench not happy about it, but that looks to be the right call. McGurkin gets nailed, and that one will do it again. Molly McGurkin.
Up a hash now, better angle.
It is, and a chance to cut this one to 5. And she takes it. And, I mean, you asked if we were going to see Pascal de Buren again. I don't think we will, but if there was another minute or two in this game, we very well might.
Yes, absolutely. Sophie Pals was looking good at the beginning of the game, and she just keeps getting shot on by the...
Well, the thing is, Sophie Palace has seen more shots in about the last 5 minutes of play than Pascal de Buren did the entire first half.
Yes, absolutely.
So Jumbo's looking for one final draw win to seal this game. Trinity feeling a little bit of momentum.
They have 38 seconds left on the clock, 5 goals to tie the game.
Trinity bench, definitely the louder of the two right now. As Lesky goes up, wins the draw. And the Jumbos are going to take a run for the corner flag here. Leskin ducks under, avoids the trail check. Conahan to L'Esperance on the X with 20. Jumbo's just playing capture the flag at this point. Carden with 10. Shucks it up top to Mastrobuono. Zorn, inside pass, bouncing around. That is 3-2-1, and you can book the bus tickets to Vermont. The Jumbos are moving on to the NESCAC semifinals. Catherine, your closing thoughts?
That was a good game. It was exciting to watch Trinity come back with the intensity that they did, that they started the game with. And we will see the Jumbos later in this tournament.
We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will have an interview with the now leading goal scorer in Jumbo's program history. Stay tuned.
And we have some updates across the NESCAC. Middlebury is beat Amherst 21-4, and Tufts just beat Trinity 15-10. So the Colby and Hamilton game, Colby is up 12-8. If they continue that trend and win the game, they will see Middlebury in the next round, and the Wesleyan Bowdoin game is 11-5 right now, Wesleyan, and if that trend continues, they will see Tufts May 4th in the semifinals.
I'm here post game with Margie Carton, who is now the all-time leading goal scorer in Tufts program history. What did that moment feel like?
It was just super exciting being out there. Great group of attack this year. They've supported me all year long. So to just do it with them surrounding me, I think that last goal we had a great transition push from the defense to the attack. So I feel like that was just a Tufts Lacrosse goal. So that was really special to have that be that goal at that time.
So you guys obviously have had a great season. Only 2 losses on the year to Wesleyan and to Middlebury. And everything held chalk in the NESCAC tournament so far. So you guys will be seeing Wesleyan in Middlebury next Saturday. What's the mentality going into that one?
Yeah, I think we're super excited. Tough losses earlier in the season, but I know everyone on our team wants to play them again. I don't think there's 2 other opponents we'd rather be facing. I think the big thing with both of those games is we just didn't finish it through for 4 quarters. We let up, and against those type of opponents, we just can't let up. So making sure we're focusing in, not getting complacent, and really just battling for every 50-50. I think 2 big areas we can improve upon going into the tournament.
And then, I mean, obviously, just a phenomenal performance here today. If this is, and it pains me to even say this, if this is the final home game, what's the message to all the fans who came out to support today?
Oh, gosh. I just love playing on this field. They're amazing. Every single time we walk out, having all the parents cheering us on. Mr. Delaney's always going crazy with the flag. So, yeah, it's just a great atmosphere. Couldn't ask for a better day for today.
It's a perfect day here. Congratulations, Margie, on the all-time record. Thank all of you for tuning in. As always, stay home safely.
Yep. Thank you.